Welcome back to the Satoshi Society YouTube channel. My name is AJ, one of the co-hosts here, and today we are going to take a look at the technical side of Bitcoin. We're going to have a quick look at Ethereum as well, and the price hasn't moved much. Yesterday I was waiting for some more price movement, but nothing happened. So I didn't feel the need to come live, but today I just want to make you aware, that I'm still here. I'm still here for you, and I'm still gonna update you with anything that happens. But again, today, the price isn't really. We're going to talk about this today. We're going to talk about the two scenarios that I think could play out, and they're either going to be one's either going to be bullish and one's either going to be bearish. So we will have to see. I just say hello to Happy, good to see you back here, and Crypt Invest. Good morning to you. Well, it's the afternoon for me actually, but wherever you are, good morning to you. Nice to see you back here as well. So jumping straight into the charts, please make sure you smash a like on this video as well. It really helps me out, really helps the channel out, and I can continue to bring the content to you as well. Like Crypt Invest says, smash that like button. Thank you very much. But yeah, getting straight on into the video, we can see that Bitcoin isn't making much, or isn't having much movement at this moment in time. It is sort of just consolidating at this high right here, and we still have these bearish signs in play. Okay, so we still have this bearish divergence coming in. Okay, it's a slight bearish divergence, but initially it is a bearish divergence, and it's a textbook bearish divergence as well. So we have lower lows on the price action chart, but higher highs on the RSI, and then the RSI is very, very overextended. We also do have the resistance right here from this previous high. As you can see, Bitcoin is finding it very, very tough to get above this resistance. Okay, so we've tested it 4 times and we are still struggling to get above that. We've been rejected from it 4 times. Okay. So we do have strong resistance here, and we do have signals such as the RSI and the bearish divergence telling us that we're going to see a retracement from here. However, there is a possibility that we might not even see this retracement. Okay, if we continue to consolidate up here, we could form some sort of bull flag. Okay, that RSI, whilst we're forming this consolidation period here, whilst we're forming that flag, the RSI could reset, giving Bitcoin more room towards the upside. So this is something I'm going to keep a very close eye on. And of course, if anything changes, you will be the first people to know about it, and I will let you know. But this is something that I'm thinking is quite possible. Okay, but there's also reasons why I don't think it's possible, and I'll get onto that in a moment as well. But it is something that we could see happen. If we can form some sort of bull flag here, some consolidation period, let those indicators reset, and then have maybe a slight pullback, where as I said, the RSI can just reset that indicator. And once that happens, Bitcoin will have room to move towards the upside. Okay, the indicators will be slightly reset and they have room to move to the upside. So that means Bitcoin can continue its push towards the upside. But we do still have to remember there is strong resistance at 21,468. Okay, from this previous high right here, as you can see, acted as strong resistance here, getting rejected from it 4 times. So we do just have to be very aware of that resistance level as well. Or, we could just see the price pull back down to this sort of major level of support down here between $17,800 and $18,500. So, those are the two scenarios that I am looking at. And for the bearish scenario, we do need to get some bearish volume coming in. If we can see that bearish volume coming in, okay, we get a nice big spike in bearish volume, then yes, we can start saying, I can start saying that I'm happy that the price is going to continue towards the downside. However, if we're not going to get that volume coming in, the price could just consolidate, forming that bull flag, okay? And then we can take that from the bottom of the move to the top of the move, and we could probably have a very, a very nice price target from there, okay? So, it is looking like like a bullish scenario could come out of this, but again, for me, I'm still more bearish. And the reason for that is because if we move over to the DXY, we can see that today the DXY is actually bouncing off of this major support level. Okay, so this major support level here is previous support from back here, but you know that we broke this major level here. We broke it, we retested it, we got rejected from it, and we've come back down to this previous low right here. And the DXY is actually holding this level very well. And this is not good for Bitcoin. Okay, we know that Bitcoin and the DXY tend to be inversely correlated. Okay, there was a little period before Christmas where they weren't inversely correlated; they were more correlated, but now they are back. They are inversely correlated once again because we've seen Bitcoin have a nice push towards the upside, whilst the DXY is having that nice push towards the downside. But we're seeing that the DXY is holding this support level really, really nicely. And this, of course, is not good for Bitcoin because if the DXY is going to hold this support level and we're going to bounce off this support level and potentially come up to this previous support, now resistance level, okay, we are going to see Bitcoin have another push towards the downside, okay? Because when the DXY goes up, Bitcoin goes down, okay? So if we're going to see the DXY push up here, we are most likely going to see the traditional market and Bitcoin go down as well. Okay, it's the exact same thing with the traditional market. When we see the traditional market go up, the DXY tends to go down. When the DXY goes up, we tend to see the traditional markets pull back. Okay, and taking a look at the traditional markets, we are actually at support. So this is the ES, okay, the S&P 500 E-mini futures. And what we can see here is, of course, we know if you've been following the channel, you know that we have this downtrending resistance level here, which over the course of 2022 we used it as perfect resistance. As you can see, perfect tests of the resistance, pretty much to the dollar each time as well. And recently, about 4 days ago, we did actually test this on the on the 17th, sorry. We did test this and we did, in fact, see a rejection from this level once again. So we haven't been above this downwards trending trend line in over a year. Okay, so for us to get bullish, we need to break above this, okay, because it's a very, very strong level of resistance, but we're continuing to get rejected from it even in 2023 as well. Now there is a bit of support coming in right here. Okay, we are at some support, and this is why the price has sort of stopped here. And what you can see is previous resistance right here before the breakup, and even after the breakup we retested it here, and then we continue towards the upside. Lots of support right there after the break towards the upside. Resistance here, resistance after the breakdown, previous support after the break towards the upside, rejections here, resistance, support here as well. I don't know if it goes back. Yeah, resistance here as well, the breakup, support here, and then bounce. So, this is a very, very strong level of support and resistance, and because we are above it, it's going to act as support. So right now the price is being held up, the ES is being held up by this major support level. Now if we do break this support, there is a high chance that we could see another leg towards the downside, especially if this DXY is going to bounce towards the upside off of this support level. So we do just have to be very aware of that. Now for Bitcoin, I wouldn't expect a move until either the DXY or the ES did make its move first. Okay, Bitcoin is going to be does follow the traditional markets, especially within bear markets. Okay, especially deep within bear markets like this. Okay, so what Bitcoin is waiting for right now is waiting for the traditional market to establish a direction. Okay, and right now it is trying to establish a direction. Does the price want to hold this support and bounce towards the upside, retesting this resistance here, or does it want to break towards the downside and potentially see more downside? And same with the DXY. Okay, does that want to hold support, push towards the upside, or does that want to break the support and then we see another leg towards the downside, which is going to be good for the traditional markets and the Bitcoin and crypto markets as well. Now, for me, the more likely scenario, okay, looking technically, the more likely scenario for me is that we're going to break this. Okay, and looking on a fundamental side as well, we have earnings coming in as well. Earnings haven't been as expected. Okay, companies are losing money, and we see this as well within the likes of Goldman Sachs laying off 3,200 employees. Okay, they're not hitting their targets. Businesses are not hitting their targets. Companies are not hitting their targets, and the earnings are coming in lower than expected. They're not hitting their earnings, and this is obviously going to really, really affect the traditional markets, because if they're not hitting their earning targets, then what's going to happen? Investors are going to pull their money out, okay, and that's going to lead to another sort of final capitulation event if that does happen. Okay, but the earnings are not coming in as expected. So for me right now, it's looking more bearish than bullish right now. So I do think we are going to have another leg towards the downside. I do still think that. I know we've had a really nice pump towards the upside, but initially I do still think that possibility of 14,000, maybe even 12,000, maybe even 10,000 is still a possibility. Okay, so we do just have to be aware of that, and to sort of invalidate those 14,000, that $14,000 target, the $12,000 target, and even the $10,000 target, we would have to hold this support right here. Okay, we held this support over the course of 2022 really, really nicely. Okay, it was also the 2017 all-time high, as you can see right there. So we have respected this level very, very well in the past. And now that we've broken above it, okay, that's good. That's really, really good. Okay, we can get a bit bullish. Okay, we could start looking at the price potentially coming higher. However, still looking at volume. Volume is decreasing. And I would expect a retest of this. The smaller time frames, they're still looking very bearish as well. So a pullback is what I'm expecting. But if we can hold this support and bounce off of this support, then there's no doubt about it that we could actually come and test 25,000. Okay, this next resistance level at 25,000. That is a possibility, but obviously we need to see the bullish news coming in on the fundamental sides as well. Okay. If we do break this support, okay, then we can start talking about 14,000 and 12,000 and 10,000 again. Okay, but if businesses and companies are not going to be hitting their earning targets, then investors are going to pull their money out of the stocks. The likes of the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq as well. They're going to be pulling money out, and when they pull money out, that's going to be pushing the price down of the traditional markets, and we're going to see Bitcoin follow that as well. Also, we have recession talks as well. Are we in a recession or are we going into a recession? We could see that happen as well. That's still a possibility. There's still a very high chance that could happen. So that's why I'm not saying, I'm not flipping what I'm saying, that we're in a bull market. I'm not going to be telling you now that we are in a bull market, because we're still looking very bearish. I know that some people have flipped. A lot of people on Twitter have flipped. I know some people on YouTube have flipped and said that was the bottom of the bear market. And we are going to see massive pumps towards the upside now. But just taking a step back and looking at the fundamental side of things, okay, we're still looking very bearish. Okay, businesses are not hitting their targets. Okay, recession is looking very likely, and that's not bullish. That's not going to be bullish for the markets at all. So I don't understand why people are getting bullish. Yes, there is a possibility that could have been the bottom, and we could have started the bull market already, but I don't think that. Personally, I don't think that, so I'm not going to say that. And I'm going to stick to my word and tell you that I am still very bearish at this moment in time, and I do still think we could see the price going much lower. Okay, so we do just have to be very aware of that. So yeah, right now, just waiting for the DXY and the traditional markets to make its move. Once that makes its move, then Bitcoin is going to follow it. Okay, and as I said, the move that I think it's going to make is going to be more of a bearish move as well. Okay, but again, we still have bullish indications coming in as well, but we do just have to wait and see what happens with the traditional markets and the DXY. If the traditional market, okay, the ES breaks this support, then Bitcoin's going lower. Okay, Bitcoin's going to have that big pullback. Same if the DXY bounces off here. If the DXY bounces and we get a reaction, okay, we see the price continue up, then Bitcoin is going to have another leg towards the downside. Okay, it is going to have another pullback. Okay, but again, if the traditional market holds support here, pushes towards the upside, and then the DXY breaks the support, then again, Bitcoin could have another push towards the upside. And, we do have potentially the start of a bull flag forming here. Whilst the price is within the bull flag, consolidating within that bull flag, then the DXY could have that pullback, giving Bitcoin room to push towards the upside once again. But for me, the bearish scenario is looking more likely rather than the bullish scenario because of businesses not hitting their earning targets. That's really not good. Investors are going to look at that, take the money out, and that's going to push the price down of the traditional market, and then the crypto market is going to follow that as well. Okay, so me right now looking more bearish rather than actually bullish. Hey AJ, I know you talk about your favorite altcoins in another video, but if you had to choose one risky altcoin for the bull market, what would you choose? Yeah, so for me right now, we'll do another video of talking about altcoins, but for me right now, I'm staying away from altcoins because we're still within a bear market. Okay, we're still within a bear market, and when I realized we were in a bear market, okay, close to the top of the bull market, I saw very, very bearish signs. Just technically, I shifted a lot of my portfolio into Bitcoin, 75, 80% of my portfolio into Bitcoin. A bit of Ethereum. I still hold a little bit of Ethereum, but most of my portfolio is in Bitcoin right now. And I'm happy I did that because my portfolio hasn't been hit as hard as it would have been if I held the altcoins that I held throughout the previous bull market. But I will be getting into altcoins and I will start trading altcoins very heavily once we are back in that bull market. So I just want to make you aware of that. But the altcoins that I do really, really like and I am looking to invest into is, let's go here. So Theta is one of them. Theta is one that I've been looking into a lot because I just like what they're doing. I know that the co-founder of YouTube is actually involved heavily with Theta as well, and it's just you'll have to have a look. You'll have to search it up for yourself. But for me, I feel like it's a really, really good project where you can sort of enhance the amount of money you're making while streaming. Okay, you can share your computer power with others locally and earn money that way. When you buy a really, really expensive computer, it costs a lot of money, and it costs a lot of money to run as well, and it depreciates. Okay, your computer's going to depreciate, and one way to get your money's worth out of it, because say you're not actually using it to make yourself any money. Theta allows you to make money because you can share the power of your computer with others, and you earn money from that as well. You earn Theta token from that, and I think that's a really, really good, a really, really good project. So that's one that I'll be looking into as well. AVAX Avalanche is one that I held throughout the previous bear market. I am going to be looking at getting back into that. Ben really likes Rose, so I'm probably going to be getting into that as well. Another one as well is Near Protocol. Near Protocol is one that I'm probably going to be investing quite heavily into throughout the next bull markets, but as I said, I'm not investing into them right now. Dot is another one, but for me, my favorite is probably going to be either Theta or Near Protocol. Those would be the two ones that I'm looking at heavily investing into within the next bull market. But right now, I'm just staying away from them. Just sticking to trading Bitcoin at this moment in time. Then once I'm happy that we bottomed and I'm happy that the bull market is going to start, then I am going to start looking at getting into these altcoins. Okay, shifting my portfolio from a safe portfolio being just in Bitcoin to a medium risk portfolio, Ethereum, some safer altcoins, and then a high risk. Once I'm happy that the bull market has started, I can get into those high risk altcoins. Okay, those small, and then hopefully hold them throughout the whole of the bull market. Make some really, really nice times on that. So yeah, personally for me, those are the altcoins that I'll be looking at. But right now, I'm just not looking at getting into altcoins. AJ, what positions are you in? As of right now, I'm not in any positions. Reason being is because next week, yeah, over the course of the weekend and next week as well, I'm not actually going to be trading. If there's any trades, of course, I will let you know. But personally, I'm not going to be trading. I am going away. I am going skiing. So yeah, I'm not going to be able. It's not the right time to be trading. Of course, I'm still going to come live for you. I'm still going to update you with everything, but next week I'm not going to be trading. And that's sort of why I haven't entered into a trade, because I know that this potential pullback could take some time to actually kick in. And as we can see, it is taking a lot of time to kick in as well, because as I said in not yesterday's video, the video before, we could still have another or form another higher high right here. Okay. I said that we could come up here, get rejected, okay, and then have another push towards the upside, forming, an even bigger bearish divergence on the likes of the 12-hour, the 8-hour, the 4-hour, and then we finally get that move towards the downside. So right now I'm not in any positions, but if I were to be in a position, it would be in a short position, and I would be shorting sort of this area that we're in right now, and I would have a limit order at 21,468. A break above that, I'd obviously have my stop loss at 10%. But a break above that would sort of be well, not a break above it, but a break above it, and then holding that support, and then a bounce off of that support would be the invalidation for me, but obviously having that 10% stop loss in there as well. But I would be looking at shorting all the way up to 21,468 if I was looking at trading. But right now is not the right time for me to be trading, because as I said, I've got a flight to catch tomorrow, and I'm away throughout next week. Okay, so yeah, that's why I'm not looking at getting into trades. But of course, if there are trades there, if there's a really really solid trade there, then potentially I would be looking at entering in that trade. But with me, when I like to trade, I like to be able to overlook it, and when I'm away, I'm not going to be able to constantly be overlooking that trade. So yeah, but if I were in a trade, it would be a short right now. The 8-hour on the S&P 500 shows the indecision. Let's have a look. We've got any divergence? Yeah, we've got some divergent. Well, I would say looking on the smaller time frames, we've got some very clear divergences here forming. That sort of played out. The RSI is in that sort of oversold territory on the 4-hour. We're at support, so potentially we could see a little bounce. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. I'm just waiting to see whether we're going to break this support or bounce off of this support, okay? Because that is going to give us an indication of where the price of Bitcoin can go. If we break it, then Bitcoin's going to go lower and have that pullback. However, if we bounce off it, Bitcoin's most likely going to consolidate, form that bull flag, and then have that nice rally towards the upside. 8-hour 200 EMA trying to hold the price on the S&P 500. Okay, so the 200 EMA. I've got the 200 MA here. Let's see if I've got the smooth moving average. Let's bring that up and put that on 2 hours. 200, sorry. Yeah, okay. So the 200 SMA is actually well, with perfect confluence. Let's just edit this a bit so you can see it a little bit more. But it is coming in perfect confluence with the let's make this thicker so we can see it a bit clearer. Change that to green. But yeah, it's coming in perfect confluence, or was coming in perfect confluence with the downtrending resistance level, okay, that over the course of 2022, we found perfect rejections from. And again, in 2023, we're seeing rejections from as well. Okay, so that was some really, really nice confluence there from a rejection right there. But yeah, 200 EMA, not SMA, sorry. You're talking about the EMA. My fault. I thought it was EMA. Let's have a look at that. Let's get rid of this for a second. EMA, I thought you were talking about the SMA. EMA. Let's put that on 200. Okay. Yeah. Well, this is the ES. It's not looking like it's been respected on the ES, but you're probably looking at the S&P 500, so that'll be why. But yeah, looking at this, looking at the smooth moving average, the 200 smooth moving average SMA, perfect resistance level right there. So that was coming in with some nice confidence. But yeah, you're probably looking at the S&P 500, not the ES. I'm look at the ES. Are you in a short? I'm not in a short because of what I just explained, but I would be if I wasn't going away. From FOMC members, Harker speaks just then. Member Harker speaks just then. I don't think there have actually. Let's refresh this. I don't actually think there has been. No, there's nothing going on today. Next 5 days, what we got? What have we got in the next 5 days? We've got GDP growth rate. That's going to be very, very important. Core PCE, that's going to be important. PCE price index. Michigan consumer sentiment final. Yeah, I don't really think that's going to affect the market much at all. Durable goods orders, that's not really going to affect the market either. GDP growth rate, that's going to be very important. Core PCE price index as well. Those are going to be the important ones. So obviously, we're going to cover them as well, and potentially go live when this comes out because they probably affect the market fairly heavily as well. So got to be aware of that. But yeah, just waiting for that ES or the DXY to make that move. So then so Bitcoin can decide whether it wants to push towards the upside or towards the downside. So, I think that's everything I've got to talk about today. Yeah, nothing really happening. Just waiting for the DXY to make a move or the ES to make a move. Once that happens, then we can see Bitcoin make its move. So yeah, tomorrow I am catching a flight. I will be leaving the house at 8, so I will go live before. That's UK time, just to let you know. So I will go live before, and yeah, if there's anything to update you with, of course I'll update you with it then. But I'll go live tomorrow morning UK time, probably around 6:30, 7 o'clock, and then yeah. Once I land, if there's anything to update you with, I will update you with it, of course. But yeah, that's everything I've got for you today. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for giving me your time. If you enjoyed it, please smash that like button. If you enjoy the TA I'll give you and the trades that I give you as well. I know I haven't been trading recently, but I will start bringing more trades back. If you enjoy them, please make sure you smash a like on this video. And yeah, I will see you tomorrow for the next live stream. As I said, it will be in the morning, around 6:30, 7 o'clock UK time. So yeah, keep your eyes out for that. Thank you very much for watching. If you're new, subscribe, smash that like button, and turn that bell notification on so you never miss one of our live streams. But yeah, thank you again very much for watching, and I will see you later.